Despite Capcom's success with Resident Evil 4 Remake being a single-player game that was a single-player game, and the only microtransactions that Resident Evil had were just cosmetics, which I don't think bothers many people to have microtransactions that are cosmetics. And you can tell based off the Steam reviews that are overwhelmingly positive. But Capcom has not learned this lesson or not learned how to succeed as a publisher because they've continued to follow down the path that many AAA games do, which is adding microtransactions to a single player game and treating it as if it were a live service game, which is a total disrespect to you, the customer and a gamer, and also in every AAA game fashion, needing a day one patch for performance and stability issues. The trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2, well, first off, a lot of people are looking forward to this game. So many people. I myself love the first one. We'll go over some tweets over some other people in the fellowship that have been looking forward to this game. And the trailers that they were showing for the gameplay, I didn't think they were too terribly impressive visually. It pretty much just looked like Dragon's Dogma 1 Dark Arisen with mods, right? But, you know, if it continues the story and it changes things up with the gameplay a bit and changes the class systems up a bit, right? You can't be a dual blade speed climbing fighter and an archer, right? They split that up into thief and archer like most fantasy games kind of do. But I think that was fine. We knew what we were expecting. But the trailer again that they released, they introduced the DLSS NVIDIA's new deep learning. Sorry, DLSS means deep learning super sampling. This is basically like a fancy like anti-aliasing, where it uses AI to try to predict the frames so that each frame can be at a higher resolution. A technology that's only available to the 40 series, right? So having an NVIDIA 4090 is not required to play this game. It shouldn't be a demanding game because it's visually not a very demanding game. Most normal 30 series should work just fine. And even in their own specs, they say that it works just fine with the 30s. But even in their own gameplay trailer, they use the DLSS like frame enhancing to make the trailers look good, even though it didn't really look as good, like I mentioned before. They took that option out when the game released because it was having problems. So this is just really dirty games to make the game perform better. Like they used to do this way back in the day, where they would have like a fixed rig to make the game look way better than the actual release was. So not only, I mean, we got a great tweet from our friend JT Epsilon, who brings up the fact that they always try to fix or advertise these new quality enhanced technologies on the newer and expensive hardware and quality, right? But what we really just want is just 60 frames per second. That's what we want. We want 60 FPS. None of this fancy increase the quality of each frame, because it doesn't work. It doesn't look good. It just 60 frames per second is what makes a game look good. So it's all just this weird circle jerk within the industry right now. But the dirty games that Capcom has played to release a game, a single player game at launch that is not 100% playable. And I think having a bad launch, and that's another thing, people are saying this is review bombing. People are review bombing Dragon's Dogma. There's a stupid argument. If the launch to your game is not good, it should affect your overall ratings. Because that's what so many of these AAA games, they get released incomplete, broken, or just not at 100%. And I'm not saying Dragon Dogma is completely broken. It's just not at 100%. And the reason why it's not 100% is in the game, right? You start on the path and you have to make your way to the first city to actually do the first main quest. But what makes Dragon's Dogma so fun is exploration and side quest. So a lot of people are putting 40 hours, even, well, 40 some, but mainly like 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, doing side quests and not even getting to the main cities, because the main cities is where all the issues are coming from. Yeah. So let's get into the actual apology that Capcom posted on their Steam page. Some people are having crash fixes and bugs and stuff. I haven't seen too many people who... Well, actually, that's not true. I played the character creator, and the character creator crashed on my 3080 Ti. Dermy Wormy was streaming on his equivalent of a 3080, and his CPU just went through the roof whenever he tried to load in that game. This game is just not optimized. So they're like, oh, all right, we're going to fix the crashes. We're going to fix the CPU. Actually optimize it so it's playable. Because not only is it not playable on normal rigs, even on a 4090, right? You can't use the DLSS. You can't use the advertised, you know, what's it called? RTX stuff that makes it look good. Another thing that Dragon's Dogma was, I was complaining about. This is the biggest problem. Paying in-game currency or paying $2 for a microtransaction to change your character. It's whatever. I'm fine with it, even though it's scummy. The fact that you cannot restart your game, I thought was the most bullcrap thing. Because I think you should have multiple game save files. There's no excuse. I don't know. They really treat their game as if it's like a live service, which makes no sense. You should at least have a few games files to make a few different characters, because your game creator engine is so good. But whatever, that's fine. In the first Dragon's Dogma, you can just delete your character and start over. Especially if you have... The thing about RPGs is that if you like screw up your RPG run, like, you're kind of screwed the rest of the game. Sometimes you have to start over if you fail. Usually I like to start over anyway, because I see what's good in the game and what's not good in the game. I don't think I've ever played an RPG where I didn't start over within the first 5 hours. Because I look at this, I give this a try, I try this, and I go, you know what? I don't like my build. I don't like my character. I gotta start over. You can't do that in Dragon's Dogma 2. You can for consoles if you delete the save data, right? But the reason why you couldn't do that with the Steam versions is because your character, your saved character data is actually stored on Capcom's cloud services, regardless if you have cloud data turned on or not. This is a single player game that has so many stupid live elements to it, and it's bullshit. And they're finally addressing having an ability to restart the game. You should be able to restart a single player video game. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit. So it's a shame, man. A $70 or an $80 game should be playing at 60 frames per second. It should be stable on last gen graphics cards. And it's a shame that so many people were looking forward to this game. And again, it needs a day one patch. We have to wait to actually play the game the way it was meant to be played. So, a lot of drama from the community, from people really, really looking forward to this game. And it's a shame that AAA games keep doing this. And Capcom, of all people, have been scummy for a long time. And sorry to all the fans who were looking forward to this game, including myself. A lot of people who are waiting to see, should I buy it now? Should I buy it later? We gotta wait. There's people who have bought it, who've played it a few times, and are like, I have to wait. you know, I'm gonna wait until the patch comes out, until they fix some things, until the stability gets better. Um, so yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you like Dragon's Dogma? Were you looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2? Are you gonna play it anyway? Are you having issues with your game? If you haven't played Dragon's Dogma 2, let me know. I highly suggest Dark Arisen. That game is so much fun, and just like The Witcher, it's often on sale a lot for like $5, $10 on GOG and Steam. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts below. Hopefully the patches make the game better, but it's still inexcusable that we have to wait to play a game that's released, and it being a single player game of all things. So I'll keep an eye on this and maybe get some updates later. I stream on Kick, Shaka Zulu 1 on Kick. So I've been playing some Elden Ring right now, but I may reboot Dragon's Dogma Arisen, and maybe we'll try to get through that game as quickly as we can, and then maybe get some Dragon's Dogma 2 later. But yeah, thanks for watching, guy. You have a good day.
But as we are both forced to wait, fancy a round of wait.
Why not? Let's lay him out.